Hi there, this is Catherine. Thanks you for listening to my SEO Tips micro podcast. So, before we get into today's SEO tip, I just wanted to share with you the ways you can support the podcast if you're enjoying all the tips and finding them useful. So, you can send me a donation at buymeacoffee.com/Catherine W. Ong, O-N-G, and that's Catherine with a K. Any and all levels of donation are appreciated. It will help me offset the cost of producing the podcast. So, that's buymeacoffee.com/Katherinewong. I'd also encourage you to subscribe to our email list to make sure you're not missing any future episodes or any other news about the SEO Tips podcast. And to do that, you'd go to wostrategies.com/newsletter. Okay, on with today's tip.
Hello, thanks for listening to SEO Tips today. Sometimes Google makes changes to search results that can drastically impact the amount of traffic that you're getting to your website. And on January 22nd was one of those days. Google made this large change to feature snippets that will impact traffic to your site. And I just want to make sure folks were aware. It turns out that Google used to show a second URL from your site beneath the featured snippet if you are ranking in the featured snippet. And now sites don't get that second URL. So if you're in the featured snippet, you only get the featured snippet, not an additional URL. The big impact from this is that research has shown that if you're in both spots, you get about 28% click-through rate. But if you're only in the featured snippet spot, you only get an 8.6 click-through rate. That's from a study from Ahrefs. So at the very least, I would go ahead and annotate January 22nd in your Google Analytics so that when you notice a change in traffic, you could have that data on hand. And of course, there's still a value from a brand impression perspective around having that featured snippet, and it's also used as the voice search result about a third of the time. But I think most folks will see a decrease in traffic if they're heavily ranking in featured snippets. And you might want to actually test to see if ranking in slot 2, 3, or 4 gets you more of a click-through rate to your site than ranking in that featured snippet. Thanks for listening today. Come back tomorrow for more SEO tips.